Hey there, hi there, oh there. My name's Anthony Gray. Welcome to another episode of Grayscale. I gotta really start concentrating on doing some more of these videos for you guys. Alright, I had a lot of compliments and a lot of questions about how to paint clouds. Okay, for those of you who are a little intimidated by them and whatnot, what have you. Alright, I'm working with 11 by 15 inch watercolor paper, 150 pound weight. Alright, I got the rough side facing us. Alright, there's a smoother side and there's a rougher side, depending on what you're going to paint and all of that. Alright, I'm going to do this painting concentrating more or less on clouds, so they'll be a little more detailed than the usual quick clouds I tend to do. Alright, and we're going to get right on to it. There's also been questions about the mixture I use. The glycerin shampoo mix. I use Alberto VO5 lotion. Shampoo rather, not lotion. This might show up backwards because I'm using a different camera. I'm using my camcorder, JVC Aviro camcorder, so this shows up backwards. But that's the shampoo anyway. Then I use Plant Guru Vegetable Glycerin, which shows up in reverse. I can probably flip this video around where it shows up correctly. Alright. They're mixed together into this soupy looking mix that just prolongs the acrylic paint. I work with acrylic paint. You can dip your brush into this mix and then use the paint, or you can put a little bit of this into the paint, or you can put the mix onto the paper itself for blending purposes and whatnot. Alright, okay. I'm going to use, first off, is the flat 2-inch brush. I'm going to get some. You can lightly put this on. You don't have to drench your paper with this stuff at all. Alright, and I'll lightly coat. Just like that. Just coat it. This is all you need. Just that. Okay? That's all you need. Alright, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to dip into my white first. I'm going to go right here on the bottom. Right here. Just like this. Alright? I may need a little more glycerin, because I can feel it getting tackier already, but that's fine. Now I'm going to go into my light blue. I got a light skyish blue. I'm going to go right about here with it. And I'm going to go right into the white, like that. All the way down. Just like so. Alright, no more, no less. Just like that. But keep it darker here. I'm going into my dark blue. The dark blue is going to go toward the top, right up here. Alright, I'm going to get it pretty solid dark blue, like this. And I'm going into the light blue, just a little bit. I'm lightening up the strokes. Okay. Now I can go from the light blue into the dark and go that way. Now, I cannot do that going up above into the light blue. So I'm rinsing off my brush, I'm reaching up and getting a towel. Of course the other one fell, but that's okay. Only need one. Go into the white, like this, and going into my light blue. Just like so. Just like that. Alright? Okay. Nice gradation of color, right there. Now, what I can do is use the same brush in X strokes and smooth it all in. You know, like this, X strokes, like so, just X strokes, like this, and then wipe across gently, just getting rid of the streak marks. Do the same thing here, X strokes, X strokes, and go right across. Get some of that paper out of there. Not paper, but that hair. from the brush. And that's it. Much like that. Alright? Okay. Some more extras. Get it to your desired fading. But much like that. I'll keep it like this. Looks fine to me. Alright, so let's get into making some clouds. I'll make some puffy cumulus clouds of sorts. Okay. And we'll get right on to it. Use whatever brush you feel comfortable with using when making the cumulus clouds. Okay. I'll use titanium white. I guess I'll use this brush. I'm using a mop brush for this one. Alright. Now the mop brush, I'll bring it closer here. You see that curvature up there. Your paint more or less is going to touch the top. So just use the top. Never mind the size. The size that you'll use for blending some of that in. Alright. Now I'm going to go in 3 stages with the clouds here. Alright. So what I am going to do is I'm going to get some of this titanium white. I'm going to tap it into the bristles a little bit. And a slight touch of blue into the titanium white. You want it a light blue color for the clouds. And we're gonna make a big batch of clouds actually. So I'm gonna go in with the little puffy type of work like this. I'm just going to tap right now. Have it go right across the page there like that. Okay, I'm getting some more titanium white. A small speck of blue. And let's do some right here. Just like that. Just tap it in, tap it in, tap it in. Have it join in there. But keep a nice little gap somewhere. Okay. Now what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to take my brush. I'm going to destroy the bottom edge. In circles, like circles. Just like this. Just get rid of that bottom edge there. Just like so. Fade it right into the color. You can do the same thing here. Very lightly, extremely light with it. Fade in the bottom a little bit. We're going to do something with this bottom edge as a matter of fact. So you can add a little bit of depth to your clouds. If you want to lightly fade in some little streaks of whatnot. Little movement up there. Something like that. You can do that also. Just fade it in, just like that. Leave it be. Go back into your titanium white. A little minute touch of blue. Small touch of blue. Just to change that color. Okay. Then we're gonna go right about here. Go on down. Just keep touching. Just like that. I'm just getting a touch more of titanium white into the blue that's already in there because I want to brighten that up a little bit, just like that. Just tap it in there, get rid of that bottom edge, get rid of the bottom. Get a little more titanium white, putting it into the bristles. I just want to brighten it up a little bit, especially right around in here. Brighten that up a little bit there. The brighter you have it, the more the clouds appear to show up in front. And right up in here. Just like that. And we're going to twirl that around. Blend it right in, guys. Blend it right in. Just like that. We're going to take the corners. We're going to blend them corners down a little bit. Just like that. This is still the base tone. We're not nowhere near finished yet. Dip back into my white a little bit more. Put some right in here. Some fading away in there. Like so. We're still not done yet. Matter of fact, I feel like dipping more into my white, dipping it still into the blue mix here. So it's not totally white. Let's put some cloud right in there, coming down like that, right in there like this. See how that blue's getting in there? Okay, keep on spinning it around, spinning it around. The more you stay in one spot, going in that circular motion, the more it blends in with the color you have. Okay. Now we got a nice little mixture of stuff happening here. You can kind of fluff those a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna rinse off my brush. Still the first layer. I want to make these clouds have a little more depth than what they seem to have right now. Okay. So I'm cleaning off my mop brush. I'm gonna still use the same mop brush. Did not switch it out or anything. Alright. Now I'm going into my, what is this? Burnt sienna. I'm taking a little bit of burnt sienna, small bit of burnt sienna, and a little bit of blue with the burnt sienna. Okay. And it's gonna make this weird brownish gray color. Alright. And I'm going to put a little of that into the bottom of the clouds, like so. And we're going to do that little circle thing. Blend it. Don't go to the top of this. Blend it right in. Blend it right in. Because you want the color to be seen. It gives the clouds a certain quality of being underneath. Okay, I'm getting some more of the touch of blue and a touch of the burnt sienna, putting it together. You can gradually, I'm using a touch of white to lighten it up a little bit, just a little bit. If it's too blue, add more brown. You want this kind of a grayish color to it. Alright, I would technically use a smaller brush for this, but won't be needed for now. Tapping in a little bit of that color under there. Tapping some right under here. Alright. As a matter of fact, I'm going to use a bit of that just underneath here, where the line is. Okay. I'm going to use a smaller brush in a second. Just get a little bit of touch of white, kind of soften that a little bit. Just like that. Just stirring around the color. Yeah, let me get a smaller brush. Smaller circular brush. This is a tiny guy. Let's see this tiny guy. Yep, there we go. For these little fine spots. I'll show you what this looks like in a second. I'm just stirring, spinning around the color. I'll show you how tiny this little brush is too in a second. Okay, that's got dry on me, but we can do something about that. Little tiny fella like that. Okay. Put one brush away, let's clean this off real good. I'm cleaning off the tiny fella. It's got a little water in it. I can take it with a little water, I can fade some of this. Scramble some of that. Just move it around. Don't stay in one spot. It's got water on the brush here. I'm just scrumbling, softening up some of that. Wiping off. It's almost like coloring with a crayon a little bit. We're going to blend some of this even better. So don't worry about all of that. Just blending it out a little. All on the bottom here, we'll blend some of that away too. Just get it a little softer. But we can correct all of that. So this here I'm not too concerned about. Just want to get some darker bottoms there. Okay. I'm gonna go back into. Let me rinse off this brush again. I'm rinsing off my larger mountain brush. Drying it off. Since you don't see me doing it, I'm going to describe it to you. We're going to add a little bit of that. A little more brown, a little touch of blue. Slight hint of white just to lighten it up just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. I want to get a brownish gray color going. And we're going to go right here on the bottom, right down here. See all this? Yep, all of that will be grayed out too. I'm just going to keep going in my little circle. Keep going in a circle. Go on one spot, it fades right in. Don't worry about anything else. Let it fade right in. You got the little speckles right here. Don't worry about those. Those can be taken care of. They disappear. Take a small one, rub it right in. Don't worry about all of that. Remember, we just did the base coat and we're doing the underneath. So don't worry about all the little specks and stuff. Alright. Concentrating on the bottom of the clouds now. Getting some more of the color on the bigger mount brush. And we'll put some of them down in here. Just like that. Now your clouds have a sense of depth. You got the underneath down there. Okay. A little bit in there. Keep stirring it around. Just like that. Okay. Getting some more of the color. You didn't think I forgot about this spot here, did you? Just gradually spinning it around and around. You'll see the color change. Just constantly spin. Okay. Just like so. Now, I'm going to go to a smaller brush. Still a soft bristle brush like the mop brush. As I'm rinsing this off, I'm looking for it actually. I know I got like three of them. Okay. I can't seem to find that little fella. That's okay. I will use a filbert. The reason why I'm going to use a filbert is because of the, if I bring this closer it should focus. But you see the little peak right there? So I'm going to use that to my advantage. Okay. Alright. I'm going to wet the bristles on the filbert. Drain it out a little bit. I'm going back into my white and my dark blue mix. Just a little bit of that dark blue. You need more white than the dark blue. Okay. And we're gonna just the tip of the brush. Alright. Just the tip of the brush. You should see that from here. Just the tip. And we're gonna do a smooth little transition. Okay. Between the two colors there. Like so. Let's do a little bit of that right in here. Right by where you see the transition of color. Alright. Bring it right in there. Don't be scared. You make another little path of color for these guys. Taking off the color. Well, not all of it. Not all of it. Not all of it. And I'm going to scrumble in right into the brown. Brownish gray. Like that. Scrumble some of that in there. You're looking for a very even transition between the two. Alright. Getting some more of that bluish white And I'm going to put some in, just scrumble some in there, here and there. Vary the pressure also. So right where you think it needs a little assistance, you vary the pressure a little bit. Scrumble it right in there. Right now I'm just joining the two colors together. That's all I'm doing. Put them right in there together. Even here on the bottom, join them in there together a little bit. Where you kind of don't know where the sky and the bottom kind of meet. Something like that. Soften up some leaves in the bottom here. Not too much, just a little bit. Alright. Okay. I'm rinsing off the brush a little bit. Let's go into some straight titanium white. Just the smallest bit. And I'll smooth in the tops a little bit. Just like that. Just pat it in there. Just like that. Just a tip. Just a tip. Just a tip. Just a tip. We're going to brighten up some spots in there. I'm just patting it. The more you pat, the softer the color gets. I'll turn the brush around a little bit. You can go to where a lot of this will lead you, up to you. Now I got some clouds in the back there that are kind of faded, which is cool because it gives the appearance of them being further away. It's kind of what you're looking for. If you want a cloud to come a little closer to you, get some pure titanium white, and do a little pat thing like that. Just like so. Scrumble some of that away. Just like so. Okay. Now you got a little blue on your brush. Scrub it away. You want a nice, clean, pure color. This, I got nothing but water on here, so I'm getting some of that away. It makes a little glaze there. Pure titanium white. And we'll put a nice little edge right in here with this guy. And then you just wear that bottom away. Wear it away. Just like that. We're going to keep going with that. Layer after layer after layer after layer. Tap away. Tap, 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 tap. Alright. Clouds seem to have no rhyme or reason. Then they seem to be working in tandem. Alright, so kind of think like a cloud. Think of how you want what, where. Okay. There you go. Get very interesting patterns of whatever type of cloud you're looking for. I'm also got in mind not to totally destroy the transitions of the colors. We're going to take care of this down here in a second or two. Scrumble some of that away. Do a little bit in here too. Scrumble it right away. It's okay. Most of our attention will be to the clouds. Alright. Let's get some more titanium white. Let's bring a nice little trail. Coming down here, go across. Let's meet into that one there. And then we'll fade some of that other stuff away. Scrumble it, scrumble it, scrumble it right away. Come in front like that. And just scrumble it away. Get rid of that. Get rid of some of that. And just tap some of that away. There. Almost like you're building soft mountains. Think of it that way. Let's brighten up a few, like right in here. Just brighten up a few like that. Getting rid of some on my brush, wiping off some, and we're gonna just go on down like that, like this, just like so. You can also do the same thing with the dark. Okay. If I had a little bit of it left, I got a little. I'll make a tiny, minute bit of it here. A little bit of gray, or I mean, a little bit of blue, a little bit of the sienna. Slight touch of white, slightest touch. Almost like a dry brush. And you can pat some of that down in there like that. Okay. Maybe a little bit in here too. Just pat a little bit. You can wear some of that away. Just like that. Wear it right away. Don't be ashamed to put some of it right into that white. Just like that. There. I'm gonna highlight some of that with there. Much like that. Just keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on. Just keep building it, guys. Let's deal with this. Getting quite a bit of brown, get quite a bit of blue. I'll mix that in there. Very dark. We're going to take that dark, put some white in it, lighten it right up. Get a touch more brown. Kind of want a gray color going on here. Now I used a filbert to mix it, but I'm going to clean my filbert because it's too small of a brush to do what I want to do. So I'm cleaning off the filbert. I'm going to set the filbert down. Let's get another mop brush here. So I got a whiter mop brush here, flat. Alright. I kind of want to cover some area here. And in circles, it's almost like a dry brush. Have it meet with the other guys. It needs a little more brown. I'm adding a little more brown to it. Just like so. Let's turn my hand around, just like this. Circular motions, guys. Circular motions like this. It may appear to be a little dark at first, but that's okay. This is acrylic. It is fine. No medium. I'm just dry brushing it on there. Now, I'm going to go into my white. A little bit of white I do have left. And put it right in there. You're not overpowering anything. Okay. No medium, just the white for right now. Actually, I need more white. I wore my white red out. Slight touch of white. I'm stirring it around in my on my little palette here. Putting it right into the color. I'm going to get a wee bit of my medium. It just softens up the paint. I'm only putting like a few on the bristles. Just like so. I'm wiping it right in there. Right with the paint itself. So now I got instant glaze along with the paint. Just stirring it. Shaping it. Just like so. Right on the bottom, just keep stirring it in there. So all I'm doing is softening up, getting a little bit more white, and just softening up what I've laid down, not totally getting rid of the color. Just like so. Looks like a dangerously overcast day. Doesn't know whether it wants to storm or be pleasant. It's just confused right now. And that's fine. Sienna, dark blue, touch of white, gives you that kind of grayish brown color. Okay. That's all you see. That's all I'm doing right now. Now I can rinse some of this off the bottom of my brush. These type of brushes, the mop brushes, hold in a lot of water. Alright. Drain it off with your first finger and your thumb. Get rid of most of it. Blot the rest out with your rag. Okay. Now remember, it's glycerin and water in the mix, so it actually cleans the bristles. These are synthetic. I got natural hair ones also. Alright. Okay. So not too bad for 31 minutes. You said the time I'm doing this is 31 minutes. Now, what do I want to do with this transition here? Believe it or not, I can smooth all of that out. And I'm going to show you. I don't want it too smooth, but I can smooth it out. I'll use a flat brush. I'm going to take the glycerin and the glycerin shampoo mix, and I'm going to lightly coat that, because we're going to get a nice little fade through. Just like this. You don't even have to go as far. It won't be needed. Okay. And I'm going to take a wee bit of titanium white, the smallest bit of that dark blue. Don't need too much of it. Titanium white is quite opaque, so be careful. Remember those X strokes? Yeah, you guys remember those X strokes. X strokes, nothing but a soft glaze. So we're gonna match all that. All right, a little bit white. I'm gonna use pure white this time, and you're just moving that paint around. Look at this. Move that paint around. Get the glaze you want. Now, when it dries, you still see some of the color underneath. That's what you're looking for. Okay, but you just want it a little, not as intense on the bottom. Just like that. Wipe it away. Just like so. I'm going up into the dry spot a little bit. It's not necessarily needed. Okay. Now, if it may appear a little too grayish for you, too brownish for you, you can lighten it up, or you add a little more blue or whatnot. That's your decision. It's still kind of tacky. Alright, so I'll use a little bit of this light blue to try to join some of that together. Just a little bit. And when I say a little bit, I'm using the sharp edge of my brush. And you just, see? Crisscross. So now, you just matched everything together. See how everything kind of joins back together again? In other words, what I'm saying is don't panic. Everything's a building process. You understand? Follow me? Alright. There we go. Just like so. There you go. Alright. That's just the first half. I didn't even do anything on the bottom yet. But now that I've done this, okay, paint's still pretty tacky. And that's cool. Oops. There. Now we're going to play. Still. Go back to my favorite, my number 10 brown brush here. I'm dipping into titanium white. I don't have to really get into the blue as much because the blue's already there. I want these clouds to be a little closer, coming towards the horizon here. So, be kind of bold with it. I'm dipping back into my titanium white. I want the white to be very strong here. Like that. And let's put a puffy one here, and then a bigger brown puffy one there, like that. And then wait, let's come down with it. And I'm going to just tap away. Tap, 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 tap. Just tap all of that. Same thing here. Tap that bottom away. Tap it. Just tap, 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 tap. Just keep tapping. Just like that. It's okay. Keep tapping away. Just like that. I'm not even going to smooth out the color or anything. Keep it just like that. It's got that blue mix into it, so it's not totally white. Follow me? Let's get pure white, a nice chunk of it. Okay. And we're going to make some strong highlights right in there like that. And we'll blend that away. Right in there like that. Put some strong white, strong bit of white right on the top. Come down like that. Come down. See, we're making layers of clouds without even thinking about it. Make them white right there. Extremely white, and you keep it that way. Just like that. Get some more. Nothing but white. And we'll do another one right here. Just like that. Tap it right in there. More titanium white. Right here. Right here. Have it. Going down like that. Okay, I'm cleaning the brush off. Wiping the brush off. And we're going to go to, as soon as I put this brush away, we're going to go to the filbert again. I'm kind of partial to the filbert. No medium or anything. I'm just taking the dry filbert. I'm going to tap just below. Just below it. Fade it right in. Just below. Fade some of that in there. Wipe off my brush. Fade it right in there. Fade it right in. Get rid of some of that on the bottom. Fade it right in. Just like that. I'm not done yet, guys. Hope you weren't thinking I was done. I'm not done yet. Alright. There. Now, I'm going into a little bit, a microcosm of brown. Alright, now it's already saturated with white and blue. Okay. Pat it right in there. Pat it right in there. Don't be afraid. Pat that stuff right in there. Maybe a wee hint of blue in there. It's a little too brown for me. A little bit of brown, mix that in there. Just blend it right in there, like that. Don't worry about the abrupt cutoff. That will change in a second. Put it right in there, just like that. Let's put a little bit of that right in here too. Pop it right in there. Now, when you add dark to a horizon line, besides being very ominous and threatening, in which it is, it sets it further back. Okay. Right in there. Just like that. I'm taking off the paint off my rag on my rag here. Tone some of it down just a little bit. Just like that. Just like so. Alright? Okay. Now you got some clouds working in there. I'm going to let some of this tack up and dry a wee bit. Just a wee bit. Using nothing but titanium white on select portions. I'll tap some of that away. And plus it gets rid of some of the streak lines too. I don't want a lot of the streaks. Nothing but pure titanium white. If it's got to be a little thicker, that's fine. You'll see why in a sec. I want these clouds up here to be a little more in front of everything else, so they have to be a little brighter. turning the brush over. A little brighter right here too. Just like that. Believe me, when it's dry, this stuff will stick right out. Stick right out at you. Now this cloud here, I don't have to have it this bright, so I'm just taking some of that off. I'm gonna fade that cloud, fade the edges. I'm just tapping, just water. I'm fading that. See how it fades away? See, create distance that way. Fade that cloud out of there. Same thing with this one too. I can just create distance, tap it away. Tap away some of that, the top, just blur it out a little bit. There. Turns it into a glaze. I'm just getting some of that paint out of there. So I don't have as much highlights on everything. So let's scrub some of that away. There. I'm going to take some of my light blue and a wee bit of this dark blue together. Slight mix. And I'll give this some atmosphere, just like that. Just like that. When it dries, you'll still see some of the white of the clouds. I'll just fade it away a little bit. If it appears to be too strong, that's nothing a little water can't solve. See? Get some of that out of there. It's still going to glaze some color on there. You'll still see some of the transition. It's just to be a bluish one. Like so. Like that. Now that I've did that, we're going to highlight using some of that baby bluish and some of that white. You still want it shown, but a little bit behind the scenes, a little bit there. So we'll do a little bit of this. Same concept, but just with the background color, a little more of the background color, and fade it in a little bit like that. This one's a little bigger. Bring it in there. Get a little more of that light blue and white mix, and we'll pop some of that in there like that. Get rid of that bottom. Just like that. Some of that brown helps you out. Like so. Okay? Okay. Now that I've shown you guys how to do this, I would love to see some of your renditions of this. I'm just getting rid of some of the hard edges on the bottom. Fade it right away. Okie dokie then. I'm just softly scrumbling some of the rough edges here. At least to me, that are rough. Here. Alright. Well, there you have it. That's the top half. Okay. Like I say, mainly, the sky is kind of what I wanted to paint the picture of here. Alright. Alrighty then. Let's take this, well, let's aim this camera downward. That part's over with. Let's go down this way. And we'll zoom in a little bit. Like that. Alright, let's aim it there. So you guys can actually see what I'm going to do here. I think when I take the tape off, it should still be in the frame. We're about to find out right now. Pull, lift, so you don't tear up your paper. But if you're on a canvas, it really won't matter. You guys can barely see that. Let's go down a little bit there. Now you guys can see all of that. Alright. I'm going to rinse off my hands now that I got it caked with crap. Alright. Let's get a little dark blue. I'm actually using this craft paint blue, which is fine. I'm using some the craft paint is dark blue, and I'm going to use a bit of the sienna. I'll mix that together. I'm using a number 12 flat mirror. This guy. Alright, alright. We're gonna make some dark mix. Using just the blue and the brown. Which will make it pretty darn grayish green. I need some more sienna. It's a big brush. We're going to darken that red in. If I use a lighter color, it will bring those clouds a wee bit closer. Alright. I want something kind of, I want it dark, but not a blue-red dark. Kind of an earthy dark here. And we're going to take it, and I guess we'll put maybe a little bit of a yes, I'm going to highlight it with blue and white. It will be fine. Don't panic. Since this is the hilly part, we'll tap in a few highlights. Using the top bristles. Go down. It's like a lot of it up here, then you just narrow it and give that kind of hilly look there. Get it kind of thin here. Looks like that. Let's put another one right here. Almost like little flowers or whatnot. Tap it in. You can put like a little patch in here somewhere. Just tap it in there. Scatter it a little bit. Like that. Oh, we'll put a slight little patch in here. Let's put it flat. I want kind of a grassy look right in there. Like that. Know the pattern of your brush. It'll make life easier for you. Oh, let's put a little red hill here. Some of the paint's not, there we go. Stick it to the brush a little bit. So add a little. Then there, go straight down. Go straight down like that. Thin it out here. Like so. Alright. I'm just cleaning off the brush. I guess I can make it look a little more pleasant. A little more forgiving to the eye. Let's use a color I don't use really too much of. Dioxazine purple. I'll use a small touch of that. And it's a dark color. We're going to obviously lighten it up a little bit with some white. I only want the top end, so getting plenty of white here. Kind of make it glowy. This will make it kind of pretty. Something like that. That'll pretty it up a little bit. Like so. Just a couple of them here and there. Mix it into the blue a little bit. Not too much. Maybe even on top of here a little. A few. Go with the curve though. Gotta curve it. I'm patting it in there a little bit. So the more paint that comes off the brush, the more you're able to put a little oomph into it. Remember, some parts curve, some don't. Alright. There. Instead of always using red all the time. Getting a little more white in that purple. Just highlight a field. Just like that. Up on the top here. Highlight a couple. Maybe a couple here. I know I'm pretty quiet here. I'm just thinking on where to place some of this. Like I say, it's mainly more of a cloud thing than whatever's going on in the foreground. So whatever I'm gonna put in the foreground will be very sparse because that's not the focal point. Alright, alright. So let's give you guys a shot of the whole thing. So let's go up a little bit and let's pull back a wee bit. See what it is. There we go. How's that, fellas? Okay. Oh, right about. A little lonely fella. Maybe about yay high. About that high, maybe. A little guy right there. Taking the barest of the bristles. A little touch. And we're going to put a little piece of a pine tree there. Some little guy like that. Maybe a taller one right here. It's just a guide. Turn the brush over. Got a little more dark there. Got a little character to this fella. There. Something like that. Something like that. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It's alright. Fair. I'm dipping into a little more brown, a little more blue. A little more blue, a little more purple. I want something kind of dark still. Saturate the brush a little bit. Let's put one right about here. A little darker. Bring him towards the front a little bit. And we're gonna kind of want, there we go. Get some character on this guy. Put him right in there a little bit like that. Something like that. I don't have much white left to highlight anything, so I'm gonna have to plant some white in here. Just a little dot of it's all I need. Like I said, this is just an example more or less of clouds. I'm just putting, I want to tap in a little bit of highlight on the foreground tree here, just a little bit. Just a little bit there, like that. Something like so. I really don't need too much. Doesn't need too much. Okay. I'm not really interested in putting anything directly in the foreground. It doesn't necessarily need it. Mainly, it's the sky that I'm interested in. Okay. Alright. Alright, we're nearing the end of this bad boy. So, from the colors I do have left, I'm going to touch on a little bit of yellow. bit of this sienna because I don't have much sienna left. So I got some yellow and some sienna. Let's get a flat brush here, smaller one, about a ½ inch. ½ inch should work. So I'm getting into the sienna and the yellow, mixing it together. A little bit of blue in that sienna and yellow. A little darken it up a little bit there. Gives me this weird kind of green color. So I'm going to put some white in it to gray it out. Gives me a deeper green, which is not what I'm looking for. So I need more. Ah, found it. A little red. Now red will kill all of that. Yeah, I definitely don't need much of that. Red will deepen it almost to a near black color. And there we go. That's kind of what I'm looking for right here. And here we go. We'll put, I guess we'll put a boulder of some sort right there. Right in the foreground, just something to look at. Let's give them a little higher peak. Something for you guys to look at right there. And maybe one right in the grass there. One right there, a little higher. And we'll put one smaller one right there. And maybe one right here. Kind of make it level with the ground there. I can go take whatever shape up top. Alright, now that I've got that, or established that, I'm going to take, clean out the brush real good here. Let's take a little bit of white and yellow. Make some highlights and then we'll call that a day. A little dot of white here. So I'm taking some yellow, finding a spot on my pad here. A little white, a little yellow. Brush here, like so. We're gonna tease some. I gotta get most of that off my brush here, so this paint can break up a little bit like that. Especially on the big guy right here. And make it a little narrow here. Just like that. Getting some dark blue so I can put a little shadow on some of these guys here. Not really too much, but just enough to, yeah, like that. We can tone some of that down in there. Borrow some from another color. Put it right in there like that. Just like that. Alrighty. shape up some of them here a little bit. Alrighty, let's put this back. Let us get some. Just getting a fine liner here, and I'm getting a little bit of bright color here. A little mixture of yellow, green, something. A little yellow, white, whatever. Dipping into my medium. Put some long grass in here and there. Usually around the rocks a little bit. Go in the other direction. Just getting a little more color. Here and there. A little thicker around in this area. Put some flopping around that way. Like that. Alright, that's enough of that. Put my name on it, call it a day. I would like to thank you guys for watching this. Hopefully you learned something from it. Hopefully able to show you something that can help improve your own paintings, or give you a little idea on what to do for clouds. This is mainly something for clouds, actually. And even though this is a tutorial, I still sign my name on it. If you would like to try this rendition and post it on my site, it'll be right around in here. Alright, and you guys can send it to that page. I would love to look at it, check it out. Alright, any tips, pointers, helps, or whatever, just give me a write. And I usually answer within a day. Alright, so let's take the tape off. Let's see what it looks like totally. Hope you enjoyed this little demonstration. Love to see what you guys come up with. And there you have it. Get out of my chair. It's pretty early. Early afternoon. Let's put the camera back around here. Like I said, this is a different camera, so it's easier to do what I'm doing here. Just fade it back out, fade it back out. There we go. Gotta adjust the monitor to see where I'm looking at here. Alright guys, thank you very much. I gotta scoot way down. I definitely gotta get a higher camera stand. I'm kind of lengthy. Alright guys, thank you very much for checking it out. I mainly wanted to do the clouds. All of this is just free stuff. Alright. Let me know what you think on the comments below. And hopefully you guys can hear me a little bit better. And I'll check you guys out once again a little bit later on this channel. Thank you for subscribing. If you like what you see, please click that button. And make sure you click that notification button to when new videos pop up. Until next time, God bless. Take care, and I'll see you soon.